and he certainly pushed himself to the full limits there. He took first place in that one. But the unique thing about the day, and as we look to obviously all the results that happened on that day as well, was that it was very much a blue top lockout. And with so many top West Country drivers dropping to blue, like Jamie Avery and the like, it was a case that that was always going to be the case, that we were always going to get blue tops coming through onto the track. Now, excuse me, it was the case where we had, obviously, the total whiteout was won by Brian Lindsay. First heat was a 2 out of 3 format, was won by Steve Gilbert, again dropping to blue from Jamie Avery and Chris McCullough. Second heat we went to Liam Rowe, 605, who is probably one of the quickest drivers around St Day, and obviously the most local one to St Day as well. He was trailed home there by Steve Gilbert and Jamie Avery. The third heat went the way of who did it go to? 522. Yes, that's Sir Chris McCullough. He took the third heat. Dale Moon in second and Justin Fisher in third. The first red top to get in the top 3 that day. And then in the final, it was very much a blue top affair. But it was a completely different affair because instead of having a rolling lap, they had just what the Formula 1 guys would call a procession lap. And they went under the starter's orders in a clutch start. And I pick up like I say, this is now something that's not been tried for, well, at least not in my lifetime of watching stock car before. I know it's something that some of the independent tracks tend to do. I know that, for instance, the track at Westworld always used to have a clutch start. And it used to be something along the lines of clutch starts back in the day as well, back in the very early days of it all. But the rolling start obviously was always a cause of much deridement and concerns, because obviously with the opportunities there to jump the start and obviously do other things as well. So it was very much a case of that in points. But as I pick you up now, it's myself and the man that they call the human foghorn, Mr. Brian Goldsworthy. He joined me to discuss this one here. So here we go. The commentary from the St Day final with a clutch start. Here we go.
Welcome to United Downs, and it's going to be something a little bit different today, the F2 final. We're racing for the Silver Line Trophy, which has not been raced for about 20, 30 years. The things of that. We also had Total Whiteout, where Les Palmer paid 50 quid for every white top that turned up. We have 6 here today, which is a little bit disappointing, but considering the climate and the rest of it, not too surprising. We're not many white tops in the West Country at the moment, so not too surprising there. So, what they're planning to do today, instead of the usual warm-up lap, is that they are going to have a clutch start. Now, a clutch start is something that doesn't really happen in Briscoe Formula 2, and something that did used to happen in the next, but certainly there will be no jumping the start today, if there is. No jumping the start today. Now, a clutch start is a very rare thing in Formula 2, as we just mentioned. Nothing has been done in the past for Briscoe Formula 2 in this one. So, whether this will be a glimmering success, so there'll be no Pringles on this one, we hope, today. But we'll see. We shall see. Joining me to discuss the F2 final going forward is our resident former exiled Cambodian, Mr. Brian Goldsworthy. Brian, we've had some cracking heats today, haven't we?
We have. I just asked around here just now, who's your money on for the final? It could be anybody's race. You know, it's very, very quick out at the moment. But one thing we have noticed, you've got quite a few white tops now, not so many yellows, because the yellows have gone back to the blues, and of course we've got 1 or 2 drivers out there now who've dropped from the reds to the blues. So the biggest group out there now is the blue graded drivers. So they're the ones to watch here this afternoon, I think.
I'd say it's going to be a winner for many of the blues, because all the heat wins went the way of the blue tops. So Chris McCullough in 522 took heat 3. Heat 2 went the way of Liam Rowe in 605. And heat 1 went the way of the downgraded Steve Gilbert. Now, I would say the winners are going to come from probably those 3.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's going to be somebody from the blue graded drivers. Well, the top three, I reckon, will all be blues.
Well, like I say, looking at it,
prediction.
Like I said, Jamie Avery also double final winner here today in the X-Build batting car. He is also one that potentially do it, but it all depends on how good this start is. Obviously, this idea, the brainchild of Mr. Les Palmer of the Silverline crew. He is a bit of a funny situation. So we'll see. It's something a little bit different. See if it flies. If it does fly, it's good. So let's have a look and see who we've got. We've got 689 Joe Marquand on his second meeting. 404 Jamie Pepper. 826 Chris Tuckfield on his third meeting. And then Brian Lindsay in 663 as well. We should be also having Paul Weeks in 87. And there's another one that's missing. I can't remember the other white top we were missing. But there's certainly another white top out there to play. The yellows, we've got 572 James Lindsay and 740, that is Neil Langworthy. 328, that's Andy Walker, and 76 is Chris Rowe. Another yellow top to come in there, someone. I can't remember who that is, but we'll see in a moment. But the blues, 828 Julian Coombs, 189, that's Paul Butcher, 627, that's Gary Sullivan, 302 Dale Moon, 476 Ryan Wadling, 126 Jamie Avery, 254 Richard Beer, 542 is Steve Gilbert, 605 is Liam Rowe, and 522 is Chris McCullough. Back to the Reds, we have the travelling 578 Mark Gibbs, all the way down from Leek in Staffordshire. Usually comes down for the qualifying rounds, but unfortunately this time round he had alternative arrangements. So he's down to do his yearly trip to St. Day. We're also alongside Tom Clark, upgraded Tom Clark in 575. Then alongside him, 111 Lewis Keach, 797 Dan Moss, 83 Cy Haraway, 315 Justin Fisher brings them back. It's a slow running up. And then a clutch start. Now, Brian, a clutch start. You've seen many of these in over at Westworld, because that's what they used to do, wasn't it?
That is correct, yeah. But first time I've ever seen it here at Autospeed, clutch start in the final, especially for the F2s. Whoa, that's how everybody gets away A-OK.
Well, it could be quite good fun. If not, it'll be a total disaster. And I think the feeling of the matter is that it could be, but it's something a little bit different. And it could be, I think it's the same next week in Taunton. Just to try a bit of an experiment, just to stop the jump starts.
Well, we've seen it here in one of the heats this afternoon. Three attempts they had to start that actual race. And, they all ganged up on each other and banked up on each other. And, well, we had to red flag it every time. Hopefully, this will go okay.
Well, like I say, many stock rod race and hot rod race in the past has gone away cleanly. They're different kettle of fish in the Formula 2. The clutch is on the other side. So we shall see how this runs. A slow warming up lap, shall we say, to get us going. Then they'll slow down, they'll reform, and they'll go all into the hands of Madam Starter, Sammy Brenton. And she will have the red flag and the green flag. And we also have a quadcopter today up here in the sky filming this one. So we'll see the footage from that one soon, I dare say. All good fun. I just hope the thing doesn't land on my car. So, we are ready to go on this one for the Silverline Trophy. We have 4 whites, 4 yellows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, nearly 11 blues, and 6 reds. Neil Hooper not here today, on holiday. As is Shane Hector in 528. He would have been in those blues. But the biggest race of the day, ready to go. Joe Marquand in 689 is your lead driver. 404, Jamie Pepper. 86, Chris Stackfield. 663, Brian Lindsay. Winner of a brand new wing. James Lindsay in 572. 740, that's Neil Langworthy. First wing back from a hip operation. 328, 766, 828, 189, 627 302 476 542 605 and 522. Those are your blues. For your reds, 578 575 111 797 83 and 315. So, just the warm-up lap. They'll come into the straight. They will stop at the line, and they will wait the green flag. Something a little bit different. Something that's been tried, and it's a meeting of a couple of old merchants and a promoter who's not afraid to try something different. So, is this going to go without a hitch? We hope so. If it doesn't, this could be a longer final than we had last time round when we had the qualifying round. But hopefully we get away. You're listening to the Stocks Radio's as live coverage of this, the Silver Line Trophy here at United Downs. So they're just trundling along, getting their cars all warmed up. A nice slow installation lap. They're not going to drop the green. They're going to come to the line, and then once they're all safe and in position, they will drop the green then. Joe Marquand leads them round. He's the third pole white with Jamie Piper alongside him. All eyes will be on him. Chris Tuckfield and Brian Lindsay bring up the rest of the whites. The yellows is James Lindsay and Neil Langworthy. The blues, Julian Coombs and Paul Butcher. The reds, Mark Gibbs and 575 Tom Clark. Is everyone going to get away? First time round. Over to Madam Starter. She has the red flag. Everyone keeping an eye on creeping. The red and the yellow. Deep breath from Madam Starter as she holds the yellow ready. It is a very much. Oh, let's get ready to rumble. She's jumping up and down like a mad Egypt. It's going to go green any second. We're going to go green. We're watching creepers. We're watching the creepers. We're going to go green, and away we go. A perfect start first time round. But they say here, no jump starts here today. A brilliant start to this final. So early doors, the leader is Jamie Bevo, 404. The first two yellows to show is James Lindsay. First the blues, Julian Coombs. First the reds, it's Tom Clark. But it's now Joe Marquand who takes over. Oh, and sideways moment there for Ryan Watling. Joe Marquand leads him round. Snaking ride. Oh, and Brian Lindsay loses control. And there's the market side, clean off the flank. It's Jamie Pepper who leads him round, but James Lindsay is the first of the yellows to show. First the blues, Dale Moon. Tom Clark into the blues. As Liam Rowe comes up to join the party of the Blue Tops. But the first of the blues, Dale Moon, has got Steve Gilbert for company. And obviously Moon and Avery. But at the moment it is Chris Tuckfield taking over the lead. Has taken over the lead. And a battle on now for third. Between Jamie Pepper and Victor Tuckfield leads in the 826 car. Julian Coombs pulls off. But 826, your leader. From 404, 689, 302, 542, 605, 126. This is going to be a super final here. Down Moon moves wide. Oh, Joe Marquand goes round. And send around in the second place. Down Moon takes the lead. In the second place is Down Moon. Third place is Steve Gilbert. 605 is Liam Rowe. As Joe Marquand facing the wrong way. Joe Tucker, Down Moon goes up into the lead with Steve Gilbert. And like I say, it's going to be a cracking finish this one. 302, Down Moon leads from Steve Gilbert, 542, Liam Rowe, 605, 126, Jamie Avery, 122 is in sixth place. But the battle is on now for the lead. 302, Down Moon, from 542. That's Steve Gilbert. 6:05, Liam Rowe. 126, Jamie Avery.